All right, Mom.
All right, so we're talking about what's happening right now, which is this is a very difficult time for the Black community, for Black families. We're coming together to celebrate Michael's birthday, and I'm just so honored to be able to say that my sons are here. We've had the talk many times. Their stepdad has started talking to them when they were 10, 12 years old, who is in law enforcement, and I'll let him give you a take on it. But my take on it is it's a disaster, and I just hope that there's some changes legislatively so that there can be laws to stop this abuse of power, lack of training, racial profiling. There's a huge disparity in banking and with this home ownership piece, which is totally unfair because that's where our wealth is. So I don't want to kind of keep this thing going, but I want to just say that it just hurts me in my heart for this, for the Floyd family and all the families that have had to deal with devastations and the loss of their sons, their nephews, their nieces, their daughters. This is crazy, and I just pray that, this comes to an end, and I'm standing up. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm from the South. I've seen oppression. I know what it looks like, and that's why I've worked so hard to make sure coming up that my kids didn't have to deal with it, but we all are dealing with this because we all are one community. That's my take on it.
What do you think, Kerry?
Well,
being a police officer.
I think the beauty of everything that's happened now and all of the tragedy, the beauty of this whole thing is that it's all on camera. 30 years ago, we didn't have access to information and technology that would allow you to get the information as quickly as we do. I was a police officer in Washington, D.C. in the 1980s and 90s, and I can tell you that, things that went on there, no one even knew about. So the abuses that took place in and around the D.C. area, nobody heard about it. And if you spoke up about it, it was your word against the police officer. Now, with respect to police agencies, I think that it's a very simple fix. You have to go back to hiring candidates that look like the neighborhoods that you police. I policed in a predominantly Black area, and the police officers looked like the community. We worked with the community. We were a part of the community. There was no separation. And so when you have a situation like that, the amount of force used against people is a lot less. That's a quick fix to the situation. Of course, that needs to be legislative changes. Of course, we need to deal with a lot of different things. But on the surface, I think if police agencies like the agency in Minnesota, which is predominantly white, would hire folks that look like the communities they police, you could cut down on this, on the violence against people of color.
I agree. Chris, how about you?
I think if I take it down to its bare roots, its bare bones, and I just look at humanity alone and not race and not sexuality and religion or anything of that nature, as a human race, we should never want to see anyone suffer in any form, any way. Just the idea of one man's knee being on another man's neck should be enough to let everyone know that there is something wrong with our human race.
Right.
And, like I said, if I took everything out of it and took it down to its bare bones, that alone makes me feel like we are lacking as a human race. And we have to do better to just acknowledge one another. And, it really does change with us. And to add on to even that portion of it, our Black community has to really learn how to regain control. We have to understand how to spend our Black dollar.
Mm-hmm.
We have to understand where to put our families, what to associate them with. And I think that once we begin to do that, once we begin to start creating our own Walmarts and our own CVS's and our own Walgreens that we can shop in our own grocery stores and our own apartment complexes, then we'll see we'll be able to kind of police ourselves, and we'll be able to kind of control ourselves, and that's where we need to be aiming as a black culture, if I have to speak specifically to race. But like I said, just as a human being on this earth with other human beings, I think we just have to kind of, start there.
That's so true. And I'll just piggyback on what Chris said. I feel like his views are similar to mine. I'm over here enjoying these crabs. I got some crab legs here. They're so good. But pretty much my view on all of this is I'm just proud of our generation that they're getting out here and speaking for themselves. I'm not proud of the violence and everything that's happening. I don't condone that, but I am so proud of the generation for being so vocal and really getting out there to speak. I got friends that are black, white, Hispanic, and not one black friend has asked me to go out and protest, but I've had several white Hispanics ask me to go out and protest. And so that speaks volume to my heart that, this is something that they're passionate about because they feel like the injustices need to stop. So just piggybacking on Chris say, as a humanity, as a people, we gotta stop doing the whole divisive thing, the whole black and white thing, and just take it down to humanity and recognize that this is unacceptable as a race, as a culture, and I'm so proud of the city of Miami. You just look at all the different cultures and, ethnic background and political backgrounds and everything, but everybody has come together. It doesn't matter the views. Everybody has saw that video and everybody has said that is wrong. That is wrong. No one deserves to be treated like that. And, I think that makes me feel good to know that so many people have just expressed their just feelings on it. And, as much as I see so much divisiveness on the news and all the other opposition, I'm just going to say that on a positive note, again, like I'm just happy to see our generation step up and really fight for what's right. So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed our little conversation over crabs and seafood. And
on your birthday.
On my B-Day.